There are certain objects in life that stop being just objects. At first they may enter quietly, purchased on a whim or chosen after a long deliberation, but over time they root themselves into our lives. A watch, for example, isn't about only telling the time. And after a year on my wrist, this watch in particular has really got me thinking now more than ever. This is my Rolex Yacht-Master 40 in rhodium, reference 126622. Rolex created the first ever Yachtmaster in 1992. This one is the latest iteration, released in 2019. This particular model was assembled in 2024, and that's when I bought it. I remember the call like it was yesterday. So I was on the waiting list for over a year for quite a few Rolex models, the Submariner being one of them, the Datejust another, and then this. And I say this last because this was my least wanted option. This was my backup watch. Like many other Rolex lovers, I had already built up this need for the Submariner. I had put it on a pedestal, but when I got the call saying there's a Yachtmaster waiting for you, I remember feeling a huge relief. Like I was almost subconsciously hoping someone would pull me away from the Sub. And I just want to make it clear now, I love the Submariner. I think it's a fantastic watch, but I always eventually end up being drawn to things that aren't the favorite. So maybe this was fate. So after a year with this watch, what do I love about it? Well, where do I start? The rhodium dial is just mesmerizing to look at. I feel like it's easy to say that these days with watch dials. The bar is constantly being raised all the time, especially in the lower price ranges. If you like silver looking things, and I've always had a preference for silver over gold, then you will fall in love with this dial just like I did. It shimmers at certain angles, and others it shies away with more of a slate grey. And I think this helps to subdue the watch's already flashy image. This watch also comes in a blue dial version, but this variant in particular exudes a monochromatic feel, and the dial's play of light matches the hues of this platinum bezel. And that's the beauty of this watch. I'm fully aware to many people this appears at first glance to be a bright, almost flaunty statement piece, a silvery beacon that screams, "Look at me." Its surfaces can shimmer in a way that seems designed for attention, but that perception only scratches the surface. I think the Yachtmaster in truth is more subtle than its sparkle suggests. Its brilliance isn't about ostentation but refinement. It isn't a loud watch to me, I just don't see that myself. I see elegance born from Rolex's ability to merge what is essentially a tall watch with beauty. The light blue seconds hand and Yachtmaster text also help to add character to this piece, and remind you that this is a unique model and should be treated as such. And when wearing this watch, I definitely feel I am showcasing a unique piece of Rolex history. People do seem to notice this watch all the time. They ask questions about it. They are genuinely interested in its short but sweet history. The platinum bezel is another small but important piece to this watch. Platinum is one of the rarest and most precious metals in the world. Using it for this bezel immediately elevates the Yachtmaster above many other sports watches, again signaling exclusivity. Platinum is also incredibly dense and resistant to corrosion. Now a lot of people forget this is a bi-directional bezel. This is not technically a dive watch, so you get the benefit of a bezel that's so much easier to use in everyday situations. The rotation is soft and creamy. For me, it's one of the nicest bezels to turn. Now I want to talk about how this watch wears because this was one of the things that took me by surprise. I have a relatively small wrist, so anything over 40mm can sometimes cause me issues in the comfort department. The Yachtmaster, however, wears so much better than 99% of watches I've ever worn. Why? I don't really know, I can only assume. For one, the lugs curve a bit more around your wrist when compared to, say, the Submariner. And I guess this helps for smaller wrists like mine. I think the platinum bezel being dense perhaps helps the watch sit more central and steadier on the wrist, because it manages to balance perfectly. And again, it's hard to describe what I mean. I suggest anyone looking at this watch try it on because then it will become clear. At 11.5mm, this watch is also very slim for a tall watch. It feels nestled and planted into the wrist. Rolex being Rolex, they make incredible movements, and inside this watch is the caliber 3235. This movement has it all really. 70 hours of power reserve, impeccable build quality and finishing. Rolex's blue Parachrom hairspring, Paraflex shock absorbers and a Chronergy escapement. Certified as a superlative chronometer, it comes with an accuracy of -2 to +2 seconds per day, a standard that far exceeds conventional chronometer certification. As far as automatic watches come, you can't ask for anything better, and I've really been impressed at how this keeps time. Have I been skateboarding or wrestling with this watch? No, but it's really nice to know that this watch can take a little bit of a beating. So on to practicality now. There are other Rolexes that you will feel safer wearing all the time. And by that I mean a Submariner or an Explorer can probably take more knocks and scratches than the Yachtmaster can. It's not going to break or anything, this is built like a tank. It's just going to pick up more scratches a lot easier, and you're going to notice them more easily too. For me personally, I've been wearing this watch on nice occasions. It's not my daily. I have many dailies and I don't feel comfortable wearing this all the time because I'm quite a clumsy person. I walk into things, I swing my wrist around. Having said this, I can't deny that I want to wear this watch all the goddamn time. Now, I have been swimming with this watch and it's perfectly fine to do that. This is Rolex we're talking about, and the Yachtmaster will live true to its water resistance rating of 100 meters. What's interesting is that the Yachtmaster uses the same trip-lock crown system that the dive models use. This features 3 sealed zones with a system of 4 O-ring gaskets to stop water getting in. So you will be safe, and I've never had a problem. So one of the main reasons I love this watch is because of its so-called sleeper status. This is a watch that, let's be honest, isn't that popular in the grand scheme of things. You hardly ever hear about it in the media or watch news. If I were to jump on the tube right now and head into the posh areas of London, I'd see a lot of Submariners, Daytonas and Datejusts and so on, but I hardly ever see a Yachtmaster. I just never see them, and in truth, I love that. I love feeling like I'm not a sheep. I'm not following the crowd and buying what everybody else has or wants. It's refreshing because I'm not going against the grain just for the sake of it. This watch is genuinely beautiful, and I don't understand why it isn't more popular. But the fact that it isn't more popular is a great thing for everybody that owns one. Will the Yachtmaster ever have its moment to shine above the Sub or Daytona? Maybe it never will, but that's fine. So after a year with this watch, here are my final thoughts. Other watches might come along and they might be technically superior, more complicated, more expensive, or more sought after. They may even seduce you for a moment. Yet when the excitement fades, it's the watch already on your wrist that feels like home. Perhaps that's why parting with the Yachtmaster for me right now feels unthinkable. In all of Rolex's lineup, it feels special to me. Still, there's the question that lingers, right? Will this connection last forever? Will the watch always feel this way? For now, the answer feels certain, but if my attraction to this timepiece suddenly fades, I'll happily accept that and move on. The year I've had with this watch so far has been incredible, and I would really recommend this watch to anybody. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do appreciate anyone that tunes in. If you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you next time.